On the bench today is my newest SCX30 build. This is the Furitek Mantis. There's a lot of other supporting components on this, but the chassis and the body is all part of this Furitek Mantis kit, which is really the showcase of this video. We will go over all of the other components and we'll go out and spend some time running this so you can see it in action. I'm here in actually Axel's bedroom at his little work desk here. I've got his scale garage in the background because once again, my studio is under construction, so I'm playing musical chairs, hopping around, but wanted to get this video out to you guys because this build came out sweet. Let's talk about the Mantis kit first. So the Mantis kit comes from Furitek. You get a couple different options here. You get the option to purchase just the chassis itself, or you can get the combination with the body. The body is a nice Lexan high clearance body. It's kind of long and narrow. This is the pre-production version. The production versions have some different livery on them. Comes in 3 different colors. There's an orange, blue, and a red available as well. The chassis itself, the titanium chassis kit that we got here from Furitek for $40. Titanium rails. It does come with these sliders, does not come with skid links or anything like that. It is a nice setup though. It's got a nice rigid feel to it. Shock towers are threaded, which is nice. You get lots of options for shock placement, both front and rear. It has magnet mounts set up for the Furitek body. Imagine you could run other Lexan bodies on there as well. It also has the ability to accept stock bodies as well. So threaded ends here where you could put in the stock SCX30 body mounts on it, which is nice. Lightweight, strong. It's got a 15-degree angled skid on this chassis. You're going to give us good breakover going up against obstacles there. My kit came out of the box already assembled. The only thing that wasn't assembled was the sliders. When I built it, I just had to put the sliders on there. I'm not sure if the production version will be like that as well. But I imagine if you did build it, it would be very simple because it's at the rear section here and the front section here, your shock towers bolt on to kind of the main cradle of your frame here. And that's what makes this whole thing up. The body mounts are your cross braces. Those are also metal, which gives it a lot of strength. And then when you put the skid plate in there, it gives the whole thing a very rigid feel. Not much flex in this at all. So let's talk about the supporting components on this build. So for wheels and tires, let's talk about those first. So I did the Meus Racing purple beadlock wheels here. I've had these purple wheels for a long time and just been kind of waiting for the right build to put them on. So I think this was a good one. I like the purple with the orange. Kind of outrageous, but I like loud colors, bright colors, and this seemed to work pretty well. Wrap those in the new Injora King Trekker tires. These, I think, the 40 mil King Trekker tires. These also have the new silicone inserts in them from Injora, which is going to give us good sidewall support. These silicone inserts, they feel a little stiff in the tire. We'll see how they do conformity-wise, but you do get that good sidewall stability there, which is nice. Those are mated up to the Meus Racing, the aluminum housing axles here, stock length housings. So these are not the extended axles, which are probably my favorite preferred setup, but I had these stock width axles laying around and figured this was a good way to incorporate them. Providing the steering, I've got the new Injora N30 Pro servo. So this is a big step up in strength over the previous N30 model. For not a lot more money. It's like $5 more and you get a bunch more strength out of it. So this is a very good budget performance servo. Mofo Racing 27 millimeter shocks on this. These are grease filled shocks that have nice action on them. I like these shocks a lot. A couple different spring options for these out of the package. I opted for the softest version. Stock transmission in here I threw in, I said an extra one. Meus Racing high clearance links. I almost wished I had some more aggressive bent links in the rear to take advantage of some of that clearance. I got a little bit more right there that I wish I could do with a different bend. But powering this thing, I've got the Furitek Nano Komodo and the Furitek Nano Python. This was Furitek's first release for the SCX30 and I still think it's one of the best. I think their SCX30 lineup is fantastic. The way that they perform works extremely well. Super linear, smooth power out of this thing. The Nano Python can run up to 3S. You got all the Bluetooth capability and things built into it. Running that with my Radio Link micro receiver here, my 4-channel receiver. Not a lot of room in here, as you can see. You've only got these little sliders to put your components on. I used Velcro on the driver's side to fit the stock battery in, and I'm able to squeeze it all in there. There we go. So able to get it done. You are going to need a small receiver to fit in there, but thankfully we've got lots of options on the market now. So with the battery installed, I checked the weight bias on this before I started recording. I'm at a perfect 60-40 balance here. The cross weight is skewed a little bit. I think it's because of that battery right there on the slider, but I am really happy with the weight distribution on it. So overall, cool little build here. Another great SCX30 build, lots of great components on it. So let's go hit the rocks in the backyard so you guys can see it in action. Out in the backyard with the Furitek Mantis build. They're doing music next door by the pool, so hopefully this video doesn't get flagged for copyright violations, although I think the karaoke that they're doing is so bad, I don't think YouTube will pick it up. Super grateful for the universal rock setup because my house is completely torn apart, as is the indoor course. As you can see, there's the frame right there for Mini Moab, because I'm once again redoing my studio. So I'm grateful for the universal rock setup out here to test this little thing and have some fun. Looks great. I love the orange. Happy to find a home for those purple wheels from Meus Racing, and then the new King Trekker tires. We got lots of good parts on this thing. This notch is a fun one to challenge the 24th scales, and this little thing's doing great. It'll slow that right down so much with that Furitek system. The Nano Komodo does great. I really like this setup with the Nano Python and everything. The Nano line from Furitek, I feel, outperforms their larger scale lineups. I think it's superior to the 24 scale and 18 scale setups that they offer. We had good descent there. Look at the breakover on this thing too. 15-degree angled skid. Giving us good breakover there. Hung up on the belly a little bit right there. Oh, I had it. There we go. Oh. Let's try some side hill. We'll go across the Moab section over here. Nice and flat there. Those silicone inserts doing a good job holding us. Let's see if we can go up. This is steep, steep, steep right here. Oh, we managed to grab at the end there. Oh man, again, landing on our wheels like a cat. There's that breakover, nice. I'm about to pull the trigger on the Universal Rocks XL, the 19 by 8 footer, I think it is, to make a full-blown rockscape in here in the backyard. It's gonna be really good to have for the 10 scales and things like that, and just have a huge crawler playground here in the backyard for when the weather's nice like this. This setup's, oh, look at that. Nice. This setup's great for the smaller ones, but I really would like to have something for the 10th scale so I don't have to leave my house to do 10th scale content. Because selfishly, I just don't want to leave. So I think that's what I'm thinking. Another good decline here. Nice job on this thing. Wish I had another set of the extended axles, although this is doing pretty good with the stock width Meus Racing axles on here. I do think the plus 3 millimeters is the sweet spot, and I'll probably upgrade that on here in the future, but these axles are doing pretty good. This whole setup's doing great. Very easy to build. Clean setup. Lots of functionality here. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Another good kit from Furitek here. If you're looking for a high performance chassis kit for the SCX30, this is one to consider. The titanium material, threaded shock towers, multitude of shock placement options, that 15-degree angled skid. This thing has a lot going for it. Easy to build, fit and finish was great. I built mine in just a couple evenings from total scratch. I feel like performance is good. You know, this is on par with many of the high performance builds that I've done in the SCX30s. And I like the look of it a lot. The fit and finish is great. So this is up there with one of my favorites. So good job here by Furitek. This is available now. I'll put a link in the description where you can grab one of these for yourself if you want to build your own. Oh, gotta get this end strong. Cool, I like it. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Furitek Mantis here from Furitek. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next video.